Hi guys, it's Angie Yingst coming in for your November Earth Medicine and Tarot reading. It's been a few months. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to give it a minute before um hopefully, everybody will start showing up and say hi. I didn't plan it. I probably should have posted something a little earlier, but I have been pretty ill with a virus of some kind. And today's the first day I'm feeling like a little bit human. So um, I needed to catch up on all my stuff. So, hi, Tammy. So just pop in and say hello. I'm going to try to find myself. I always get worried because sometimes we get people on here that try to solicit for readings and stuff like that, which is terrible. And today's uh-oh, I can hear myself. No. Ah. There we go. Pop in and say hi if you're here. I don't know if I'm the one who hit that angry button, but I think I might have. Oh, I'm the angry person. I'm so happy to see you too. So pop in and I'll try to get on YouTube as well to see if I can see myself. Should be popping in at all the different things. So if you don't know what these are, every month I have taken a few months off because I had breast cancer and I had a double mastectomy, and I'm 6 weeks out now and doing pretty well. Hi, Tammy. So I'm feeling good. Hi, Hunter. Thank you. But then I caught some kind of virus this week, so I was out of commission. So if I lose my voice, that's what's going on. And that little angry face is from me, by the way. I don't know what I did. I hit something. But yeah, so I'm just coming back after 2 months off. But what I usually do is pull a tarot card of the month and then some earth medicine. Hi, Kiko. Oh, thank you. It's so sweet. And then I pull 3 crystals to work with. I pull a herb card, a plant medicine card. Thank you, Beth. Hi. And then I pull an animal medicine card. So if you are, if you checked out my website, I have membership groups. And in my membership groups, I basically have different levels. So I'll do like a guided shamanic journey, and I'll do it with the animal medicine that we pulled. So I'll start with just a little bit of the astrology of November and what's coming down the pike. Hi, Natasha. Thank you. It's great to see you too. I love being able to see everybody's names and stuff. Coming in, popping in. Hi, Sudu. Okay, so let's start with, as we're starting November, we obviously always start in Samhain. So blessed Samhain to my pagan friends. Samhain started yesterday at sundown, and it ends today at sundown, but it's really like a 3-day festival. And it is a time where we honor the last of the harvests. So this is the third harvest. The first one is Lammas, which is the most delicate of the harvests. That happens August 1st. And then September 21st, we honor Mabon, which is the second of the harvest festivals, which is, all the great root vegetables. And we just, that's really like not Thanksgiving, but it has that kind of element to it because we have a lot of abundance at that time. And Samhain is the last. So all the kind of fields are put to rest. Animals are basically sacrificed for the winter during this time. And we're talking about the wheel of the year. So when we talk about the wheel of the year, what we're talking about is a calendar based on an agrarian society. And we can learn a lot about living in harmony with the earth if we learn about the wheel of the year. And I think that's why I've been so attached to it when having children, particularly because having them in touch with the earth and the way the earth changes and the benefits of each season. If you tie your spiritual work into the seasonal energies, you end up getting more kind of bang for your buck. It's like you're following what already is a natural element of what's going on around you. It's like following the moon cycles or whatever. You're just more in tune. So obviously, Samhain has, you probably heard this 1,000 times this month, which is that the veil is very thin. So this is a time, because it is a time of putting to rest our harvest, for sacrifice of our animals. There is death, there is honoring the dead. This is a dark time, obviously, because the sun is not out for as many hours. We start to feel that dark energy coming in, and honoring grief and death. And so we talk about that veil being very thin. And it can be literally thin for those who have that communion with the other side. So it also ties nicely into the Catholic holy days of the All Saints Day and All Souls Day, which is All Saints is today and All Souls is tomorrow, or Dia de los Muertos. Today is the Dia de los Inocentes, which is the Saints Day, and the ones where we honor the children who have fallen. So for any fellow bereaved mothers, just holding you close, because this is our day of honoring our children and the pre-deceased ancestor, right? The child that dies before the mother is, it's just very obviously against nature, as it feels like it's against nature. But we know that our ancestors take those babies with them and hold them close. So hi, Alexandra. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Emily. Good morning. So we're honoring this time where the veil is thin, and honoring the dead. And it's actually a joyous time where we go and eat with the dead and invite them in. You may do something like a silent dinner, where you have a table set with one place, where you invite the dead to come and sit. And then you all share after what you've gotten, what impressions you got, with who sat in the chair, and what did they say. So really powerful. You can read all about that. Sometimes they're called silent dinners or dumb suppers, or things like that, where you're inviting the dead in. Yeah, it's really powerful and really great to do with a lot of like-minded people. It's something my girlfriends and I always talk about doing, but we haven't quite gotten our crap together. But really, really fun. So at any rate, so we have a big week. So you'll basically, we're still in that Mercury retrograde shadow period, and you are for a couple of weeks afterward. So Tuesday, we're kind of out of that shadow, which feels so good, because I'm ready to be done with that time. Tuesday is the day we can kind of say, I'm officially out of the shadow. And then we look at Thursday, we're having a new moon. So new moons are always times of new beginnings, rebirths of some kind. But this one's a new moon in Scorpio. So as you know, the new moon and the sun are always in the same sign, right? But Scorpio is it's a wonderful, secretive, mysterious sign. It tends to like to tell secrets, right? And this new moon is not going to be the easiest of new moons, because it's squared, almost exactly square, Uranus and Taurus. So that's a very earth-based sign. And I think you're just going to kind of feel this because it's in direct opposition of this Uranus in Taurus, you're going to feel some of those secrets coming to the surface. What it will do is push us to be honest with who we are and what we really want. So remembering that can be really powerful. Okay. So that Uranus is kind of like, hey, yeah, that needs to get done. Let's just push that forward. And Taurus is going to be like, no, you're going to mess with my security and safety, because Taurus doesn't like change. So that's where that opposition and that difficulty comes in, because there's part of us that want the change and the other part that really doesn't want the change. So that's what we battle, and that's our internal stuff. So I'm going to say hi, Deborah. Hi, Mary. It's been a lot, right? So we have that new moon. That's going to be a big one. You can do some of that work by kickstarting change yourself. And it's interesting because, well, you'll see because of the what's coming through for the month. But November is a really wonderful abundance time. So you can do a lot of abundance work. Hi, Susan. To really like call in what you want. So it's just about making sure that it's in alignment with what you really truly want in your heart. Okay. Because saying I want $1 million, whatever, is one thing. But like, do you really want to work the hours it's going to cost to have $1 million? Is it going to take away from your children, from your family, from your dogs, blah, 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 blah. These are the real questions that we're asking at that new moon, which is why it is going to be a challenging one. Because if you have those secrets, like, I really don't want that much responsibility and money, then that's coming out. That'll be front and center, very evident, unable to release that. So you have to be making sure that your intentions are aligned with what you actually want, if that makes sense. So hi, Allie. All right, so let's talk. Also, let's talk about the full moon this month is on the 19th. That's when the sun moves into Sagittarius as well. Is that right? I think I might have said that wrong. We have a full moon in Taurus, of course, because I mean, why do Taurus and Scorpio go together? They're opposite on the wheel, right? Like if you do the 12 zodiac signs, it's Capricorn and Cancer, Aquarius and Leo. They kind of go together. So your full moons are going to be the opposite sign. So that's why it's in Taurus this month, if that makes sense. So anyway, yeah, the 19th, the full moon, you're going to have a full lunar eclipse. Yeah, that's going to be challenging. And then the 21st, the sun enters Sagittarius. Eclipses can be one of those catalyst kind of movements. So I think, this secret keeping and this opening is like one of those things that's going to continue through the entire month. So don't feel like Scorpio's done with you just after the new moon. It's going to continue. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Emily. Got a lot of that weird, you get that knowledge that you just like, oh, that makes sense. Why did I never notice that before? That every full moon, when it happens in the sun in Scorpio, has a full moon in Taurus. It's because that always happens. So you're always, if you're, for example, if your sun is in Capricorn, you're always going to have a full moon in Cancer. They go hand in hand, which is sometimes why we're so attracted to the people on the opposite end, like why Capricorns and Cancers can be really drawn together, why people on the opposite ends, and sometimes why they can be repellent, right? So it just depends on like your nature. Like my sister has so many Cancer friends. And I've never really, like, I've had a few friends who are Cancers. It's not been like my primary. I tend to go for more like the Leos, that kind of thing. So, all right, let's talk about the medicine. So the card I pulled for this month is the Emperor, which is funny because the Emperor is a very, very stable cat. So if, he is the card basically of the Aries. So you can see he's got warrior, like he's got, what do you call that, metal on. Why can't I think of, suit of armor. Oh my gosh. Anytime you see mountains in the background of a tarot card, this means stability. He is the number 4 of the major arcana, and he is the Mac Dad. I mean, he literally is a daddy. So he is our Emperor. He calls you to be the authority, the benevolent authority, the compassionate authority figure. He is the representative of the good dad, right? In all his glory. The one that is supportive and kind and compassionate, and that gives us the what we need, right? Good morning, Teresa. So the emperor comes in to really help us find what is our center, what is our stability. So he asks, like, how do you father yourself? I talk a lot about mothering myself because I'm a mother, so I know what that's like to have children to mother, but I've never fathered children, right? So think about what that father figure looks like to you, whether it's Ward Cleaver, that's a very old reference, or it's, your own father that you can beckon to. Some of us have had difficult fathers, right? So that's where you'll see that emperor come in reverse, the absent father, the one that's critical, the one that's hard, the one that's stubborn, we can hold all those aspects together. But the emperor really asks us to think about what is stable for us, what feels like stability, what feels safe, and to think about how we can create that in our daily life. So the emperor is not afraid of holding boundaries. The emperor is not afraid of saying no. The emperor is not afraid of going for what he wants. He obviously is a fighter. When he's wearing red, we know that he's also like the Mac Dad of money as well. So he does have like wealth, and he knows how to bring that and call that to himself. That's not something he's ever had to really worry about. So we're asking you in this month of abundance to think about like how you act as though you already have this. So you're asked to work with really divine masculine energy and the divine masculine of the father, the father figure. So we're looking at that archetype as a main guiding post for us. Taurus, of course, is a wonderful, stable sign. It's one of the fixed signs. So it means it can have the reputation of being stubborn, right? Stuck in a place. But that can be a very good thing because they do have a stability. So you're thinking about this, as we go through, as we're looking at some of these Taurus, Scorpio headbutting things, we can also think about calling in that Taurian energy, the one of stability and earthiness. There's a lot of earth on here too, right? So remembering that grounding and our feet on the ground, he definitely does. So, working with Emperor is just going to be a really fun month of masculine energy. We're not always, in the pagan community, we don't talk a ton about masculine energy, but the divine masculine can be a really amazing part of ourselves. And I think many of us, especially like someone, like me, I don't see myself as, having this like real flowy feminine energy. I have, a lot of masculine energy and a lot of feminine energy. I can be so maternal, but I can also go for what I want and have that masculine energy. And so we think of ourselves as not being one or the other. We have to think of ourselves as lunar masculine or solar feminine, as my teacher used to call it. So we can be both. And, how are you going to show up to be a father in a feminine way? Well, we're going to look at the center, at the heart, because compassion is what really makes the emperor a good father. It's not the, masculine part. So we're thinking about like how we can be heart-centered, masculine energy. So as Ali said, yes, we can reclaim the divine masculine, gorgeous, lovely energy for sure. Let's not demonize the masculine. It helps us get our shizzle fazzizzled. So it gets us our shit done. Hi, Jay. So we love working with the emperor. So I think, like, how do we get into that heart center? Well, the medicine that we came forth with is wild rose. Wild rose is just an amazing heart opener. And if you can use rose in teas, and you can use rose as rose oils. I've been putting rose oil on my chest and my face. But you know, you can work with rose for in lots of different ways. It really is just an amazing ally for us when we're trying to stay in the heart center. Okay, so really, really great for this time, especially when we're working with the emperor. It can bring that feminine in just the way we need it. Okay, but don't underestimate it just because I'm calling it feminine, because it is a hard hitter, and it's not, you know, it works well. It's not like it's a, you know, wallflower, so to speak. Yeah, Jay said. I was just talking about the duo energy with a friend of mine. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Rajni. Oh, Emily said, I've been doing rose, jasmine, vanilla. Oh, I love that combo. Thank you, Erin. So let's talk about the crystals. So I pulled amethyst. I actually pulled Veracruz amethyst. So if you have the Veracruz amethyst is very light amethyst. I haven't been working with amethyst. In fact, I've been working with like what you would probably consider the opposite of Veracruz amethyst. I've been working with these amazing amethyst points. I don't know exactly what they're called. I've seen them called a couple different things, but I have a lot of these wonderful points that I get through Etheric Connections in Gettysburg. They do like sell online and stuff, but I mean, these are big ones. I've been working with them each in one hand. Hi, Debbie. But amethyst is just a real powerhouse of protection. It opens the third eye, it works with the crown, it works with this upper stuff, but oh my gosh, it is just a really powerful stone. And working with the two together, one in each hand, has been really powerful. You don't need them this big, okay? You can get little ones like that big for quite inexpensive. Amethyst comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and you can definitely get them, you know, tumbly, big, little. This is one cool one that was sent to me by someone. I love this. It is one, and Jay said this. I have an amethyst design on my leg from our friend Martin. Yep, it's a crystal I resonate with most, wear, and use most often. It I agree completely with Jay, because like I think amethyst is an all around like great stone to be using. It is great for anxiety, it's great for depression, it's great for working with protection work, it's great for opening the third eye. If you're going to buy one stone, okay, if you're going to buy two stones, I would buy clear quartz and I would buy an amethyst, because you can't go wrong. They work well with everything. Anyway, I've been working with them one in each hand, and it feels very protective, very opening. And so amethyst came through very clear. It fell out of the deck, and then I put it back in, and then I pulled it. So I know it's supposed to be here. And I know that it's a wonderful ally for kind of getting into a place where you have one strong stone ally that you're working with all the time. The next stone I pulled is turquoise. Now I pulled a little bitty turquoise here, but turquoise is a great stone for balance. It kind of, you know, I think a lot of people are like, it's hard to find. It is hard to find. To get a real turquoise is going to be a little expensive. So if you don't have one, that's fine too. But many of us would have turquoise jewelry from our families, from our grandparents, because turquoise used to be sold pretty inexpensively. Now it's hard to find, so turquoise is quite expensive now, but our grandparents might have it. And turquoise is a wonderful stone of protection. It's a stone of the psychic. It works in the throat, it works in the third eye. It's an amazing stone. Again, a balance is a great one. It helps to cool hard feelings down. You know, you can work with it for a lot of different things. So turquoise is another great one. And then the last stone I pulled for this month was clear quartz. Another one of my favorites. I mean, you cannot go wrong with clear quartz. This is my personal stone that I hold when I do all my readings. And you can do This one is a Lemurian, but like this is a wonderful Colombian blue smoke that again I got at Etheric Connections. This is a thing that you could really, if you find a place that you love the stones they curate, like I do at Etheric Connections, you know, you can get so many great tips. So this one is a Colombian, but you can see it has the striations just like Lemurians. It feels like a Lemurian. It's a generator. And they were selling it for a pretty, great price. So you can do that. This is just another quartz that I pulled out of there's so many. You can even get this one. This is a beautiful gift from my friend Sue. This is a Vogel cut. You can use different kinds of quartz for different things. This is just a tumbled quartz, but one of my favorites, right? It's like a girasol, I think. So, whatever it is, quartz brings focus and clarity. It is always a wonderful ally. If especially like just to, like for me, I use it to enhance what I'm doing. So really, really powerful ally. I would suggest finding one that is your kind of whoopee, so to speak. I don't want to say whoopee, but is your close ally, one that you're going to work with. Like say it's you do tarot or you pull oracle cards, you hold that every time you do it. And what that gives you is a relationship with the stone, or you hold it every time you sit in meditation. And maybe you're not getting anything every, until the fifth time, but you're holding it. You don't have to always have it as it's going to give me messages. Maybe it's just going to be your conduit to get messages, so really powerful. I'm going to answer some questions here. Emily said, does that feel like the Moki does in and out, but Amethyst 5? It does feel like, so one thing you can do when you're holding the two amethyst is, if you want, you can do the left hand going up the body and the right hand going down. That brings that conduit up and around. It feels a little different because it's not as grounding as the Moki does, but yeah, it works really well. The Amethyst 5 is amazing. Would you consider it a stone of the empath? The amethyst, for sure. Yeah, I think it definitely is. It's so protective, Jay. Like, especially when you work with it, like with black tourmaline, when you work with it with smoky black tourmaline, hematite, for example, that can be a wonderful kind of grouping of stones. Hunter said, I was drawn to use my amethyst cluster to meditate and brush over my aura this morning. Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's great, Hunter. I'm glad that was validating. Yes, like a circle, Emily. I love that. All right, so let's talk about the animal medicine for November. I was excited about this because it's been a while since I've done an underwater journey, but the animal medicine for today, for this month of November, is the whale. So we're going to be working with whale and whale song and going down into the depths. On the medicine wheel, when we're in autumn, which we're right in the center of autumn, don't forget, that's what Samhain is. It's like that midway point between autumn equinox and winter solstice. We're right in the center of the west, the direction of water. So we're going to be, it's interesting to be working with water being and working with whale, which is like a deep, ancient guide, one that comes through for wisdom and intelligence and really, yeah. Oh, yeah, Susan. Susan said Lemurian and Atlantis vibe for sure. So I'm excited to explore the medicine of whale and to really be working with that. If you are one of my members, the journeys will come out this week. So it'll be probably in the next day or two, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And yeah, I'm really so excited to be working with whale. Oh, Emily, so cool. She said, no joke, drew whale yesterday. That is so amazing. We are on the same wavelength, Emily. So I'm excited to be working with this medicine. I think it's just perfect for, especially like coming back. I love working with the stability of the emperor. And oh, Teresa, I love this. I love whale medicine, Pakia in my culture, Pakia. Love that. Hopefully I pronounced that. Pakia. Did I pronounce that right, Teresa? Let me know. Yeah, high five, Emily. All right, so I mentioned my membership groups. I'm going to mention them again because I do these monthly readings for free, but I do have a membership group where you can get. So I offer 3 different options during the month. I do a new moon reading, a full moon reading, and a shamanic journey. And the first level is you can pick one of those 3, and then you can. Then the next level is you could do all 3. So you get those mailed to you. They're general readings for the whole group, and then there's individualized readings as well. And that's all found at my website, angieyingst.com, and hopefully everything's up and running. I had disabled everything when I was going through my double mastectomy, but you can always email me at angie@themoonandstone.com. Karen said, what do you mean one of my members? Are you doing journeys? Yeah, I do a membership group. And my membership basically is you can subscribe to get a journey every month. It's a half-hour journey. So I do about 10 minutes of intro describing the medicine, whatever we're working with. This month we're working with whale. So I'll kind of introduce what whale medicine means in different cultures and how it's been used. And then I will do a guided shamanic journey for you. I usually try to split those up so you can just listen to the journey if you want, or just the intro. And then again, that's $20 a month just to have the journey. And then, if you want to add, like, if you just want to do 2 of them, like a full moon reading. So then I do tarot readings for the other, the new moon and the full moon. So you can read all about it at my website, angieyingst.com. But I'm so happy to come and see all of you this morning, and thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.